So Marcy Rogers is the CEO of SpineMark, and one thing that we've talked about here in the program, whether it be migraines, remember the migraines guys came on?
Yeah.
And we had the flu guys come on. Is loss and economic impact, and something that you don't think about in business, and that's the size of some of these markets. Marcy is the CEO of SpineMark. SpineMark is a company that works with patients and healthcare professionals to try to resolve those problems with respect to solving back problems. Marcy, thanks for coming on the program. Good to have you along today.
Thank you, Sully.
Tell us, first of all, tell us about your company real quick. What do you guys do?
Well, we're in the process of building a global network. SpineMark is looking to create a global network of centers of excellence for patients with back problems.
Everyone's got them. If you have a back, it hurts.
90% of the people in the world are, at one time or another, have a back problem.
I've always heard because we're not supposed to be walking upright.
which is why you got the condition you got it on Saturday.
Well, they say, we're like supposed to be animals, but I don't know.
The issue is that part of the problem in spine is that there is no global standard. If you send one patient to 10 different doctors, you may get 50 opinions.
Okay, so let me question this. Are we talking about spine, or are we talking about our muscles, or are we talking about both?
We're talking about both.
Oh, no kidding.
It's one big package, right?
Now, yeah, right? I mean, they're working in concert with each other. Now, the other issue, too, I want to ask about is, let's talk about a center of excellence. Is this for a industry best practices, so there's no more willy-nilly on how you're going to cure something? Is that the idea? Or do you have a secret sauce that you think is bigger, better, faster, stronger?
We have a combination of both.
Okay.
This is looking at creating a standardized approach, like we have in a lot of fields, for the treatment of these patients, operative, non-operative, holistic. But we also like to incorporate what we call the secret sauce, is SpineMark's clinical research program, where even if you're a small community hospital, we're creating the opportunity for these individual surgeons and the team working there to participate in global clinical trials so that we're always advancing care.
So now, can you participate in global clinical trials from the outside? I mean, and still get the benefit from that as far as the research goes? Let's say I've got a new piece of hardware that I'm going to put in somebody's spine. You have a clinical trial that sort of is related to that. Can I latch onto that with you and make that count, or is that just kind of move it down the goalpost a little bit?
No, actually, a lot of startup new companies with new devices are looking for opportunities to set up a trial, going through the process with the FDA, and test out, do a pilot to see how it works so that they can move through the channels of approval in the United States.
And you guys facilitate that?
We facilitate it,
and
we encourage it.
The doctor side of things, some doctors might say, yeah, you're going to need to have that cut into. Other doctors are going to go, you know what? I think if you bend over for 20 minutes a day for the next month, you're going to fix that pain.
Yeah, that's the industry standard you're talking about, though. You're trying to standardize this, right?
We're trying to standardize this. And so SpineMark has a great philosophy, what we say to patients, and I think you'll like this. SpineMark says it's time to take back your back. Do a little research, do your homework, ask questions.
Do some exercise.
And here's the other part of it. Why would you go under the knife if, in fact, a couple of weeks of physical therapy and acupuncture and conservative care modalities, like a biofeedback and others could help you get rid of the pain?
So I might not need a piece of hardware in my back. I might be able just to deal with it, but if everyone would tell me the same thing. And I think that so what's adoptability like? How are the doctors treating it?
The doctors are very into the people who participate in this type of environment. And there are doctors out there with team settings. That's what patients need to look for, team settings that have a multitude of specialists working together to help these patients, because it's not just surgery. So the doctors are on board with this whole model because ultimately they're patient advocates, and they want to see their patients get better. This is a way to do that.
Can you rate a doctor? I mean, is there a little...
Healthgrades does.
Drelp. Dr. Yelp. Drelp.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a rating.
Just go on the internet right now. There are at least 16 different rating sites, starting with Healthgrades and others.
So you can see if the doctor...
You can do a full investigation. You can find out if he's had any malpractice problems. Patients need to become informed consumers.
You can even
take back your back.
Drop an email maybe to another patient. Hey, how's your back? How things come out type thing. Because I'd want to know before.
SpineMark encourages patients to, when they see the doctor, ask for patient references that they can call to talk to. Talk to industry reps from device companies that sell to the hospital. there's no amount of information that's too much.
And there's time, because it's not something where you wake up and go, oh my God, I'm bleeding, and you got to go get that fixed right away. It's like, my back is starting.
But normally,
to
oh
hurt.
my God is the first thing you say when you're bleeding.
But I mean, you've got a few weeks. You usually go, gosh, my back is sore. Should I start looking into this?
Well, there are some instances, SpineMark has found, where the patient wakes up with some condition like that and they need surgery right away.
All right, when we come back from the break, I'm going to talk about what this is all costing us as a business, because I mean, lost productivity in dollars just in the U.S. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the Europe side. We're going to stay a little bit with Marcy Rogers, CEO of SpineMark. You can go to SpineMark.com and check it out. You can go to BigBizShow.com and see our website. Follow us on Twitter at Big Biz Radio. 20,000 is something of you do. It's the Big Biz Show. More in a second.
Wow, wait a second,
Actually, the name
man.
of our company is SpineMark. You can go to SpineMark.com.
Which is an odd name,
yes.
if you ask me.
SpineMark?
SpineMark, because I thought you said SpineMart when we first started.
You like
I thought,
spines for sale?
like I'm going in, like, do you have anything for a crooked? I lean to the left a little.
SpineMart.
Some sort of a right.
That's it. Marcy Rogers, the CEO. And she's sort of been talking us through sort of, getting best practices together so that, and many of you know that I was recently hospitalized for some crazy virus. I got a cootie. And and Russ has the paddles.
We
out.
are standing by, ready to go in case Bob drops.
But the interesting part, the good news about this is that all the doctors worked in concert together, knew exactly what it was, had nothing to do with my heart. It was all this electrical system. But I got the same story every time.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Because when you don't get the same story every time, that's a disaster. And that's what you're talking about here. People get a back problem, and unfortunately, you get 6 different doctors, and 9 times out of 10, you get 6 different stories.
Yes.
At 6 at a minimum.
Well, the problem is too for me. I have to say this. And I'm not a skeptic. I guess maybe I am because I'm in the media. But
you are.
But the point is that I start wondering: are they agenda based? Are they trying to sell me something?
Right.
At that point, and we want to take that out of it, right?
We want to take that out, and in my experience with surgeons and spine professionals all over the world, it's not about the sale. It's about what they believe is best for the patient. So we've kind of, SpineMark adopted a mantra: right patient, right doctor, right time.
Okay.
Because that's the key to success.
Before I let you out of here, I got to talk about lost productivity because in the workplace, migraines are a $4 billion problem just here in the U.S. You can only imagine, and this is not just related to blue collar, but white collar also. Just people
All
with back
collars
pain.
get backache.
Any idea what the lost productivity is on an annual basis just here in the U.S.?
Well, 1.7 billion people disabled
At a
on
time.
disability
Wow.
globally. At least 70% of that, the statistics come from the U.S. It's divided. The cost to the workforce is billions and billions of dollars, because spine is 90% of the population in this country.
But here, this is how bad this is. The way I think about this, because and we were talking about the cybersecurity thing in the middle of the show. The cybersecurity thing happens, and of course, you as a consumer lose money, and then the company has to go reimburse money. Then the company has to figure out where the problem lied in the first place. Then they got to fix the problem. Then they got to deal with lawsuits. So it's a big time suck. This is very similar because not only do you have lost productivity, now you have claims. Now you have insurance. Now you have lawsuits. It's almost it's almost you've created a different position just to deal with this stuff. So what's the answer? Is there an answer? I mean, can we
Other than bend at the knees.
Yeah, I mean, can we improve what we're doing here?
Absolutely, and it begins and ends with getting to the right physician at the early cycle of the disease process, if you will. When your back goes out, it's not a time to spend a year in physical therapy. You need to see a specialist at the early on so that we can take get the appropriate treatment plan together, starting with very simple, conservative, with surgery as a last resort.
So do you recommend, as soon as you feel a little twinge or something weird, or because backaches come in so many different forms, for me anyway, I'm sure everyone, sometimes you just, oh my God, it just grabs it and you can't move.
Well,
Other times you can't even straighten up.
That's when you need a really good diagnostic workup.
Yes.
An MRI, an X-ray, all of that, because you have to find out what the pain generator is.
Right.
The biggest problem in spine is identification of pain generator.
Okay. Because there's a lot of
It's hard
nerves
to
running
find.
through all those
It's a lot of nerves, a lot of muscles, there's bones.
You feel worse. No, you got a little pain right now, don't you?
God, I do.
You right now, just from talking about, you have a little pain in your back. Don't you?
I'm trying to
I
stand
know
up
you
straight
so
here.
well. Right now, you have a little bit of pain.
Little bit of pain now.
You have like a
but I
little.
broke my 4th and 5th lumbar, cracked them as a youth on a motorcycle. So I was always told, keep your stomach muscles strong.
Right.
So
Didn't
you
listen to
can hold
that.
the-
So
Shut up. I'm working out my stomach every day, believe me.
The name of the company, SpineMark, SpineMark.com. Marcy, I appreciate you coming in today. Congratulations on your great success, and we'll hope you see you move the needle here, so we're not so confused from now on. Good stuff. Show the website, SpineMark.com, dedicated to transforming the delivery of care and innovation through spine centers of excellence and spine research organizations. Great. That was interesting.